Hey guys, Beast Mode 11 here, and today we are going to learn how to make this miniature little lamp or candle out of a Coke can. So let's get started. Alright, so all you're going to need is obviously a soda can. I just washed this out, you want it clean. Olive oil or something like torch fuel, but olive oil is probably easier to access obviously. A lighter and something to cut the can with, and something that's 100% cotton, so I'm just using a rag since I won't need it anymore. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so first the easiest thing to do is to take this, I can't think of what it's called, but take this off. It's just going to be easier, make this easier later on in this process. And then what you're going to do is go ahead and cut around the equator of the can, and just cut that in half, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so the cut around the middle doesn't have to be perfect, probably a little better than this. You want them so that it's a little more level than how I cut it, but anyways, after you do that, you're going to go ahead and stick the top half of the can into the bottom half of the can, and it's okay to have to bend it a little bit, and then once it's in, you just press it down. So you guys see what I did there? You just kind of press it down, bend it a little bit here and there, and eventually it will slide in, just like that. Alright, so then we're going to move on to the next step. Alright, so once you've done this, you're going to take your sharp object again, and we're going to cut a little hole, right here, so that this is where we're going to be able to put our cotton cloth. Actually guys, alright, so scratch that. It's going to be better if you're going to do this before you actually put the can into the bottom half. I'm sorry about that. That was a mistake on my part. Alright, so now you're going to cut through the bottom half, or cut a little hole right here in the top. It doesn't have to be big because you're just gonna have to put a cloth in, and you can almost just make a hole like that, just kind of spread it apart. You guys see what I'm saying? And so once you've done that, then you're gonna do the last step I told you, and put the top half into the bottom half of the can. Alright, and so this is the whole setup of how your lamp's gonna look like. Alright, and the cool thing about this is you can obviously take this out to refill your miniature lamp every time, and so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna act like I'm refilling this lamp. So all you have to do is take out the top half from the bottom, and you're gonna take your olive oil or whatever fuel you have and pour. I'm not gonna pour too much. I don't want to waste too much olive oil. Pour just a little, and as you can see, that is how much I poured. And then once you've done so, you're going to take your rag, and now remember, it needs to be 100% cotton, and you don't want a rag this big. You're just going to need a little strip, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so you see how it's just this little strip, and it doesn't even need to be that big, so I'm going to even cut this in half. Okay, so once you've done so, you're going to douse your rag in the olive oil, and you want to make sure that it gets completely covered in this stuff. Alright, So, as you can see, let me show you. As you can see, the rag is completely doused in the olive oil, and what you're going to do is just let it sit there for a couple of minutes. And so, once a couple of minutes is over, I'll come back. Alright, so I've let it soak for a couple of minutes, so now what you're going to do is take your rag out and you're going to twist it so that it almost drains the olive oil a little bit, but also keeps the olive oil it has soaked into it. It's going to keep it there. It's not just going to eventually drip out of the rag. But if you have too much olive oil on, then the rag won't light. So this is what you got to do. And once you've done so, and you have taken, you're going to take the very end and try to make it as tight as possible, because now you're going to put it through this hole in the top that you made. And I'm going to make this hole bigger really quick. I didn't make it quite big enough, so I'm going to do that really quick. Alright, so I've enlarged the hole just a little bit, and so now I am going to put my rag through, and then take the can and once again compress it like so, and I'm going to leave just a little bit of the rag above. Alright, and then as you can see, this is the whole final product, and now it should go ahead and light, so let's try it out. Alright, so here we go. I think the reason it's burning oddly is the rag I used was from cotton. Was from a cotton shirt, and it had a little bit of a decal on it. But anyways, there you guys go. As you can see, it's burning quite well. And in about 2 minutes, I'll come back to you to just show you that it's still burning. Alright guys, so it's been burning for a couple of minutes now, and obviously the flame is not as bright, but it is still burning, and yours usually won't burn this fast. I believe the reason I was like I said before, the decal that was still on it, and yeah, so I thought you guys would like it. This is a really fun little trick, and obviously if this whole thing burns out, you can just pull more of the rag out, and then go ahead and burn that. And yeah, I hope you guys like this. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.